Hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new video on the channel. It's Sunkenland. Now, I've already been pestered by various people to actually play this game, so we're going to give it a good wee try. I've actually already, I was playing this yesterday, I only played it for about an hour or so, something like that. Liar! And some of it I really like, some of the things that's got a little bit of a harsh edge to it in some respect. But we're going to be playing today. If you enjoy this video, on Sunkenland, tell me in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, tell me if you want more of this, because this game is actually quite fun, I'm not gonna lie. It's currently on Alpha 0.1.21 Vector 3, whatever the... Oh, Vector 3 Studios. Okay, that's the dev studio. Oh, that as well. Before this game even launches up, before you even get to this title screen right here, there's a little flashcard that comes up and essentially tells you on the left what you've currently got, what you can currently do, and on the right hand side it tells you what's to come. So there's loads to be done, loads to be added, and loads of functionality and optimization to come to the game. So let's get into the game, let's have a wee try of it. We're going to start a new character. I'm going to go male. Oh, red, orange hair. There is currently only 3 styles of hair. You can either have that, or bald. Skin, you can go all the way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different types, but we're just going to go with 0 or 1 hair colour number 4. We're going to call ourselves Feud, without the capital E. Feud, there we go, Feud. There we go. And we're going to create a game. You can join the game. This is an online co-op game. You can play it a wee bit similar in style to Raft and stuff like that. Similar in style to that. You can play it that way. This game's got a lot of PvE elements to it, a lot of factions, a lot of NPCs. Trader in the background, by the way. That is the trader. This is the trader location. We're going to create a game. We're going to host a new world on a single player save. And this seems fine. Create game. Let's jump into it. Literally, you jump into the game. I'm not kidding. You'll see in just a second. See what I mean? You drop. You literally drop. Right. Off the bat, you're essentially dropped into what is essentially a massive water world. Haha. Shout out to Water World, am I right? But you start off in this little island right here, and your whole objective is to survive. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to go through the things that you can actually do in this game at the moment. So, if you spot piles like this is actually your scrap pile. Now look at the bottom right of my screen. Scrap metal. Scrap metal is going to be your best friend through this whole game. This entire game is going to be your best friend. You do start off with a very crude axe. It's not the best weapon and it's not the best gathering tool, but for what it is at the start, it's alright. It's not great, but it'll get you there. It'll get you to what you need to do. Right, we're gonna cut down some of these little trees right here, and instead of wooden sticks from the bushes, from the kind of sapling trees, you actually get wooden planks, which is something I would maybe change. I would maybe introduce sticks to the game. But let's cut down this tree. Now, the way that this tree will fall will remind you of a game called The Forest. The way that they actually just fall to the ground, similar in style to the likes of Stranded Deep as well. And you get a lot of wood for each individual tree that you cut down. Now, this game is obviously purely water, majority just water, no shit, right? But there are modes of transport instead of actually swimming. Swimming's fine if you want to island hop like that, but there are modes of transport. Now if you press tab, you've got your inventory, you've got your character on the right, you've got some add-ons here. I believe you can put, an oxygen tank right here. I believe there are flippers. There's probably a snorkel and mask that you can go down for a longer period of time. Probably improved breathing apparatus and stuff like that. You've got space for a backpack. These are your pockets essentially. So adding a backpack will add even more inventory slots to your inventory. And then on the left you've got simple crafting. So you've got the crude axe, you've got a wooden spear, bow, some arrows, You've got a sack, which we're probably going to aim for early days in this game. Seawater bucket. We're going to have to get that, as I said. Diving fins, fishing rod, torch, a pickaxe, a repairing hammer, and a packing box used to pack placed objects back into your inventory. That's a quite useful tool. Now, for the moment, the clothing available as a simple crafting item is super basic. Leather armor, kind of apron, and a helmet, and a very warm jacket, apparently. This is where we craft our rope, our cloth, and our leather, and we've also got some healing items. We've got the likes of that bandage, which will stop some bleeding, herbal medicine, and a stamina herbal mix. So this island has already got the facility to actually make some of those things. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go through some of these little lootables. You hold F on some of these container-like ones, and you're just going to take all. And what we're going to do is, by the way, this is a decoration piece. You can sell this to the trader. They will give you... It's strange. The whole trading system in this game is purely through bartering. It is not through the inclusion of money. It's actually the worth of the item that you put into the trader, essentially. You will find around the game world, when you go diving for things and looking for things, you'll find icons which might not have the little trophy icon, but actually a little dollar sign on it. And those little dollar signs mean it's a very valuable item. And you should probably, you know, keep your hands on it and take it over to the trader. In fact, speaking of the trader, I believe the map is not based on a seed right now. I think it might eventually be. I would really like it to be if it was based on a seed. But that right there in the middle of the screen, that is the trader. And you can see around me there's a whole bunch of islands, and there's a whole sunken area over there as well. You can see a highway right there underneath the water. But there's loads and loads of places here. Loads of different factions. In fact, speaking of factions, top right factions, there we go. Mutants, 34 total enemies, 4 islands owned. The Marauders have 50 total in their entire faction, with 5 islands owned. The Slavers, 69. Salvation Clan, the Hunters Union, and the Warhead Tribe, bloodthirsty warlords seeking relentless expansion and unrivaled dominance. Now, we're currently on the Castaway Island. We've explored, or at least looted, 6% of this island already. That's what that percentage means. It means that we've looted 6% of the overall materials that are here. That includes the scrap piles, the wood from the trees, the strawberries, like these ones right here. Let's see if it'll change. It doesn't change because it's obviously not a major impact on the island. But what we should do right now is open up our build menu, which is B, or you can go tab and click on build. We've got 38 units of wood. We can start building a little base. Let's build a little 2x2. And there's no real constraint to what you can build. I suppose the sky's the limit really on this game. I don't know much in the way of if it's actually got anything that limits you in how high you build, how far you build, etc. So there's a few things to test out. There's a few things to to try out. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly rattle some of this wood here and get some more wood for our little base. There's also a bunch of mushrooms there. I'm going to make some stamina preps, I suppose, or stamina medicines. And what else I'll do is, once I have got a little base set down, I'll need to go out into the water and dive into key areas where I can get some more scrap. Now, the Castaway Island is actually quite useful, because around the Castaway Island itself, there are loads of little bits where you'll find like random things like the scrap pile, rubber, tires, like a collection of tires. You'll sometimes find rundown vehicles. You can loot all of these things. That's how cool it is. I'm seriously impressed for what this game is right now. Right, put that down, and I'm going to need to get some more wood. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly complete this, and then we'll go diving. Now, as I said, the axe that you get at the very start of the game is very crude. It is literally the most primitive thing that you could create. what we're going to be aiming for is the crude axe. So what we need to get is wood, scrap metal, and cloth in order to create ropes, alright? So we'll be doing some of that by just purely gathering things, by diving down. It's actually really, really cool the way that they've set everything up, and the way the islands actually have resources, the way that they have different resources for different things. For example, and as I said, I've only played an hour or two of this game, but that island right in front of me there has a couple of nodes of copper and iron. Copper and iron, eventually in the later stages of the game, is quite useful. In fact, it's not quite useful, it's super useful. Right. We've got ourselves a little 2x2, let's put a little roof on it. Oh yeah, we also need a wooden door. Got our wooden door. There's our roof. I want to put that there. I don't like it the way that I wish it would rotate the same way. Like if I was to aim at that right there, I wish it would just follow the rule of this, like that, just like that. I wish it would just do it. It doesn't seem to want to do it for this one. There we go, perfect. Right, now that we've got that down, you've also got your items down the left hand side, the kind of categories. So this is your building menu. You can expand this, by the way. You can actually research and find blueprints in the game world. So I'm going to quickly grab myself. We'll also need to put down a marker as well, because that's quite useful too. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to go diving now that we've got our little house. Before I leave, put a little ladder. Now there's no stairs at the moment, which is like, if you're going to do modular building, which this is, if you're going to do modular building, you want to have like stairs, a ramp, or something of that kind, because this, albeit it's fine, it's not perfect, but like I would much prefer like the likes of stairs, wooden stairs, or just a wooden ramp. Right, let's jump into the water, shall we? We're gonna go over to the left because that's where most of the metal that I find is. So we're gonna go over here. In fact, there's a car right there. You can't really see it, but it's right below the waves. There it is, right there. And you can see our O2 supply. We just have to be careful of that. Now, holding F on this, there we go, scrap metal, and we got some cloth. Now, if you run out of inventory space, like I have here, I'm just going to eat that herbal medicine just to get this scrap. If you run out of... oh, gasoline too, nice. If you run out of inventory space, it eventually packets them into these little packages, and they float. Oh, I need to watch my O2. As you can see, your health rapidly declines if you're not careful. Right. We've got a little bit of metal. Let's see what we can build. Can we build any sort of storage? Can we build any... We can actually build a little marker. So this marker is just going to be for me, for the sake of understanding where I am on the map, essentially. And I'm going to change its colour to orange. Orange for home. Right. Do we have a... Ooh, we can do that. Tell you what. Hold on. Press B. And we'll put this in the corner. Perfect. And what you can do is you can actually left click on these things and it'll automatically go in to the container. So I'm just going to put all this stuff in here because I don't particularly need any of it right now. The bandage I'll keep on me. I'll stack them. Just remember, down here in the bottom left, this is your thirst icon, this is your hunger icon. This is also tailored to your stamina. This is your soft stamina, and this is your hard stamina. If your hard stamina depletes, your soft stamina can only rise to the maximum amount of stamina or hard stamina that you currently have. So if this this dark blue bar was down halfway, the light blue bar would only be halfway. It wouldn't be to the full extent of that bar there. Right, more diving, more jumping in water, more looking for things. Ole! Now, see these little things, don't be off-put by these little bits right here. You can in fact loot these things. So, as I said, what I'm going to be working towards is probably a sack to go on my back. And can I loot that? I can loot that. Red algae. Can turn that into herbal medicine, I believe. You can see there's a bunch of fish swimming around as well. You can in fact go fishing. You saw the fishing rod earlier there. And there's also marlin over there. And surprisingly enough, the marlin in this game are not hostile. They don't attack you, which is something I would actually want to change. Because blue marlin are vicious buggers. They're not overly aggressive in the wild, but they will pierce you. There's been umpteen situations of people sport fishing for marlin, and obviously just fishing for marlin, and the marlin has in fact jumped out of the water and pierced the person trying to get them. So, they're not all you know, that friendly. They will leap, they will jump, and sometimes they'll attack. Maybe. Right. Now, for this thing right here, you can't loot this. You'll see the axe icon. What you want to do is you want to start battering it. Oh! I just got a mobile phone out of that. And I got a piece of clothing. Now, you can't see it, but the icon for me right there, see what I'm doing right here? This is actually a running icon, or a running animation. So you'll only notice it if you have an item in your hands, but I would much prefer to see my character doing some sort of breaststroke. I believe when you look at your co-op, if you're playing with your friends and you're playing co-op, they will in fact look as though they are doing the breaststroke. However, to you, what you're seeing is essentially a running animation. I would most likely change that. These are just little things that I would personally change about the game. Just little additions to the game to make it feel a little bit better, make the flow go a wee bit better as well. Right, we've looted all in here. Eventually you'll find yourself being stocked up, well stocked up on what is that? What is that clothing though? Well stocked up on metal. Metal, as I said, is your best friend in this game. You will be making a ton of things out of the metal in this game. Right, now that we've got cloth, let's make some ropes. And let's go get some more wood. Let's get ourselves a crude axe. Oh, there's a bit of wood right there. And it's instantaneous crafting, by the way. There's no waiting about. There's no there's nothing of that sort. There's no waiting. It's just instant. As soon as you want to craft something, it's crafted. You don't have to wait about for anything. So, some people might like that, some people might not like that. I'm personally I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't really mind. But I know some people will be like, well, that doesn't really make sense. Also, there's a sort button in the game, right there and right there. Sort your inventory, and you can sort any sort of container as well. Now, the next thing that we need to build is a bed, because the bed allows you to speed up the day-night cycle. So we need more cloth, and we need more wood. The wood is the easy bit. The cloth bit is the bit that's going to take a wee minute. There you go. The crude axe, much better for collecting things and cutting down trees and bushes and things like that. So we're going to get 12 bits of wood there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over... In fact, are we going to get 12? Or are we going to get a whole bunch? 13, 14, and... Where did I see it? Where did I see it? Oh, there it's there. 15. Right. You've also got, like... As you go further out, you've got different wrecks, you've got different things that you can investigate. For example, right here, on the left-hand side of the island, we were kind of like in a couple of little buildings, as you can see over there. If you look to the right-hand side of my screen, you can see a big building over there. And you can see that you can actually see the marlin kicking about. In fact, there's a shark right there. So, sharks in this game are an absolute pig. What I mean by that is, they're very... I know sharks are not normally aggressive, but in this game they are overly aggressive, and they do protect things. The sharks in this game protect things that you might want to get. For example, the thing that he's guarding back there is actually a police station or a school of some sort. Now, see those marlin as well? I'm going to have to do them in to get the fins, to get the flippers. It's just something you need to work towards. The game, however, the skybox, it's super pretty. Super duper pretty. Look at that. Right, can we make a bed? We cannot make a bed. Can we make some cloth? We cannot make some cloth. We didn't get any cloth at all, actually. That's a bit of a kick in the teeth. Right, we're going to have to do a little bit more diving. Just a little bit more. Until we can get the cloth. Because it's quite imperative that we have a bed, because it also acts as a spawn point as well if we, for example, die. Right, what we'll do is we'll go search this car, see if there's anything in it. Lots of scrap, lots of cloth, that's good. Components. Components are a big part of the game as well. You will eventually find yourself like begging for components. Bingo. I'm not going to bother taking the flares, and my inventory is full. Right, cool. Can I build it yet? I can indeed build it just in the nick of time as the sun is setting. Right. So, as I said, it just speeds it up. It doesn't like, it's not like a fade to black icon or a fade to black animation or anything like that. It's just an instantaneous switch over from day to night. Right. Return. And we can sleep. As you can see, we didn't actually sleep, and it's it's literally dusk now. Oh no, it's dawn. It's dawn. It's dawn. A new day is dawning. There's the moon. Sun will rise over in the east. Right. What I'm going to do right now is just take note of what I've actually got in terms of metal and things. And there we go. Research table. That's what we want to work towards. That's the next thing that you should kind of work on. You won't necessarily have to worry about food as much. At least from what I've found. Eventually you will have to worry about food, because you'll be doing a lot of things. You'll be travelling, you'll be building things, you'll be fighting and things like that. But early game, you've got these food cans, and as you can see, it cures 50 hunger, 20 health, and 15 energy. So those are things you want to keep your hands on. You want to try and keep them safe and try and eat, like, you know, berries and stuff like that, just to sate yourself at the start of the game. Right. Now that we've got the wood, let's build ourselves a research table. We'll just put it in this corner, shall we? Perfect. And the research table allows us to research some really cool things. One of the things that I really like to research, like early on in the game, is the crossbow and the crossbow bolt. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to research that. I'm going to research that. The water bottle will come in handy when you start to find yourself lacking water. And the scrap helmet and the scrap armor, again, very good items to have early game, because you will eventually run into the likes of slavers, marauders, and sometimes, in fact, most of the time, you'll find that your island is actually being invaded. So there's a lot of things, there's loads of things in this game to look through, to try. So, we need to get ourselves a couple more components, and we're going to work towards essentially getting a crossbow, because the crossbow is so much better than the bow. I would show you the bow, but I don't want to show you the bow, because I want to work towards getting that crossbow. Right, put away the things that we don't actually need. So we're going to keep a hold of the components, and we're going to put away all of our metal here. We're going to keep some wood on us as well, and we're going to jump out and see if we can find a wee bit more of the components. Mostly, the best place to find components, cars. Just cars. Just find a car. If you can find a car, you found components. As you can see, the detail in the world underneath is actually pretty good, especially with the highways and things that are all destroyed. I'm gonna put that away to get the axe out of the road. I'm gonna go over here, over to the west, or the west side of this island, because there's a few more little buildings here that I want to check out. See if I can find any goodies. Right, all the way down. Is there anything here? No. So you can go to those apartments as well. Those apartments have actually got some really good loot in them as well. Things that you can sell to a vendor. Oh, the fridges as well. If you find a fridge, bingo, you've got yourself some food as well. Right, we're gonna go back up and get some air. I really need to kill those marlin as well to get their fins. Now you'll notice that there is in fact a lot of marlin here. The marlin also take quite a beating. It takes a minute for them to die. I think it's 3 good strikes with the this axe here. There we go. Get even more wood from this. Now the items that you have in terms of like your tools and things don't seem to have a durability, which is actually all right in my opinion. I don't really mind having the one item that doesn't have a durability, or tools that don't have a durability. But I know a few people will be like, well, but if you keep using it and you keep doing this and that, blah 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 blah, it would get worn down and stuff like that. But for right now, your items, your tools, don't have a durability. I would imagine that will change in the future. I would welcome it. I don't know if other people would welcome it. I don't mind it. I'm used to survival games having, durabilities for their tools and such. Right, here's our scrap. Right, we need to find ourselves some cars. In fact, there's a car right there. There's those marlin. Right, we're gonna dive back down for that car right there and see if we can get ourselves some components. The earlier you can get the crossbow, the better, because it means you can go and invade other islands. And when I mean by what I mean by invading islands, you're not actually invading islands. You're actually encroaching on other territories that belong to different clans. And I'm an absolute bastard when it comes to that, because if you own a piece of land, most likely I'm gonna go over and be like, hey, what you got? What we got here? What's this? What are you doing with that? You know what I mean? Very inquisitive that I am. Right, we're still not finding any components, which is a bit of a bastard. But it's okay, because I believe there might be another car around here. There's the car right there. I could really go for those marlin, but I'm not going to bother. Not just yet. Not just yet. Now, I mentioned before at the start of this episode, or the start of this video, that there's components. Perfect. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of those because they're just causing havoc for my inventory. Scrap metal, scrap metal. I might lose a wee bit of health here. I just want to get the rest of this car. There we go. Up. Oh god, I'm losing O2 very fast. There we go. I'm all good. Right, we only got a few. In fact, that might be enough. That might actually be enough. It is enough. There we go. And the crossbow bolts come in stacks of 30. So if you ever find yourself needing ammo for your bow, for your crossbow, it's literally 2 scrap metal or 2 bits of wood, and you get 10 arrows or 10 bolts, and they come in stacks of 30. Now we've got a crossbow. Now we're well armed. Now we can deal with anything coming to the island, annoying us essentially. And trust me, things will eventually get annoying. Right, let's store up everything that we've got here, like for example the duct tape, that, what is that, flares. Store up the rest of the wood, I suppose. There we go. And there we go. Easy peasy. We've got a little base, 2x2, a little bed, a research table, and we've got ourselves a crossbow. Now, for everybody that's about to ask in the comments, there you go, the game answered for you. You cannot use the crossbow underwater, which it doesn't make sense to me, if I'm gonna be real with you. You can most certainly use a crossbow underwater, because a harpoon gun is mostly just a very slender... right, this guy right here. Whack, whack. See what I mean? They're not hostile towards you. Wait, how many do I need for these fins, actually? I need to kill all 3 of them. Right, down we go. We're gonna land right on top of them. I think that was 2 good hits. A spear would be really good here, but I've found that if you use the axe has a lot better damage on it. That's it, come right to me. Thank you. And you're next. It's strange. When I started the game yesterday, or last night at least, I was expecting possibly patrolling sharks, but there's no patrolling sharks by the looks of it. The sharks are only used as guards, essentially, for different points of interest. Right in the face, right in the face, right in the face. Come here. Oh, I missed. Silly bugger. Oh, you really need to watch your O2 when you start attacking these things. Now, there's a whole area over there that we still need to go and explore, essentially. And some of the items that you get are pretty good. There we go, we got them. Right, Marlin, come here. Come here, Marlin. Come here, Marlin. Did I even hit you there? I'm hoping that he can turn back to me right here. Come on, turn back to me. Come on. That's it. Hit him again. I need to get some O2. Up we go. And I've definitely got enough for probably 2 ropes, maybe. Land right on top of him. Oh, nearly had him there. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Oh, I missed. The gauging the distance on these things is sometimes a bit of a pain in the ass. Right, there we go. We also got a bunch of food there. We got some large marlin steaks. Perfect. All we need to do now is create ourselves a little grill, and that'll be us ready for cooking some big fat bits of meat. There we go. Right, let's see if we can make ourselves some... Ooh, that's not so good. We need to go get ourselves some more cloth, it seems. As soon as you get the flippers, it changes the game, the way that you dive down for things. The movement speed buff that you get from it is really, really good. It shortens the time, or it actually prolongs the time that you can go down. Mostly because you've gained a wee bit of speed. There's even more marlin over there. Now, I'll show you a little bit about the research table. You need specific items as well with your research table. You'll need scrap, you'll need electronics, you'll need wood, you'll need, for example, marlin scales. There's some cloth. Perfect. Let me out. It also makes getting back to the surface a hell of a lot easier. Right, we need one more cloth. A single bit of cloth. Where could we find that? Oh! Also, if you want some free... Well, yeah, they are free, but they're morsels of food. You can, in fact, come over here and scavenge the scallops. You can actually eat the scallops, which is really good. Look. There we go, my food meter's all the way up now. You'll spot them by those really shiny rocks. That's the way that I find them, at least. Gasoline, components. Gasoline's good because gasoline you're gonna need for when you get yourself some power boats, some boats that have got engines on them. Right, I want some. Yes, cloth. That's what we want. Right, we can actually make this right now. Flippers, and drag it to here. See how much faster we are now. See how faster we are. Now, you don't actually see the flippers. The flippers are just something that you can place into these little slots here. These are just little add-on slots. Like little perk slots. We'll call them little perk slots. But it makes diving for things so much more easier. Look how fast we go. all the way down. Oh, we got some knee boots out of here. Oh, that's a good find. Am I going to get any leather? Nope, no leather. No leather whatsoever. Leather's actually quite a useful item in this game as well, mainly because you'll be using it for further crafting of backpacks, of... what else uses it? I mean, leather armor as well. The leather armor I wouldn't go for. I wouldn't advise going for it. Mainly because leather at the very start of the game's quite rare. You're not going to find leather that easy. You're certainly going to find scrap metal very easily because it's literally surrounding you. Is that shark over there? It is, I can see it. Need to watch out for that shark. The thing as well, this is something I've tested as well. The shark will not attack you if you're on the surface, unlike like a great white shark. You know, if it goes deep and then it obviously breaks the surface and attacks whatever it is, like a seal or something like that, or a surfer. They don't tend to do that. They don't act like normal sharks. They will guard the location that they're in. Also, we can get a simple purifier. Let's go. You've also got these things here, which is essentially defenses. You've got wood defenses, you've got metal defenses, you've got wooden barricades, barbed wire, metal plate armor, tire stacks, barricades, and it's just a plethora of things that you can use. What I will be doing is I will be making some standing torches, actually, because standing torches makes life a lot easier in the night time. So we'll place one. We'll place one there. And what I'll do is I'll place one inside as well, because I feel like I'll need it. Just place that. Place that there. There we go. Perfect. It's getting a lot homely now. Place the grill right beside my bed because I love the heat. And we'll build a simple purifier as well. Where should we build that? Build it over here. Build a wee simple purifier right there. Perfect. Now that we've got a simple purifier, now we need to work towards getting a bucket. Now, do I have any scrap metal left? As I said, you're going to want to keep scrap metal on you. Now, I am a male character, but I can in fact wear the boots. I can wear the boots. This looks like a Saturday night pose for some folk. I'm going to take some wood as well, and what we're going to do is we're going to add wood to this, and we are going to cook the steak. Big bit of marlin. Yummy. Right, we're going to make a bucket. Put the bucket into our inventory or into our quick bar, and what you want to do is you want to run into the water, not to the edge, into the water until it says fill with seawater. And then drag it all the way back and chuck it into the purifier. We've not powered the purifier right now. We're not going to purify it until it is in fact full. It takes 5 pails of water, right? As you can see right there, 2 of 5. So 5 pails of water to fill it all the way up, and this is essentially your way of staying well and truly hydrated in this game. You will run out of hydration in this game rapid as you get to more exploring territory and stuff like that, and more engaging fights and things like that. So there you go. Last thing I'm going to show you before we end today's episode, and as I said at the start of this episode, if you want to see more of this, tell me in the comments below, leave a thumbs up on it, and yeah, in general, I hope you've enjoyed this. But what I'm going to show you last is the boats. We can create a wooden sailboat, which costs 25 wood, 8 cloth and 2 ropes. It actually costs you more cloth because you need cloth to make this. It's actually 6 cloth, so 14 cloth in total. Or you can get a paddle boat, which is scrap metal and components. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the components to actually work that, and I don't have the cloth to work the other one. Oh, whilst I'm at it, eat. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to power that. And you can see the little drips. There you go. Perfect. But as I said, if you want to see more of this, if you genuinely want to see more of Sunkenland, I'll continue to do so. It's a brand new game. It's out in early access. It's not that expensive either. So if you want to go pick it up, I'll put a link in the description to where you can actually purchase it. It's on Steam. But overall, the game's actually quite nice. There's lots to do. We've only explored one island of many, and there's a huge plethora of islands here with various different factions, and as you can see, there's loads of blueprints in the game that you can actually research as well. There's a mission, apparently, there's a bit of a story here. I think they'll build on this as the game develops, and there's just genuinely loads of cool things to build. There's loads of really, really cool things that you can build in this game. Benches, cabinets, barrels, storage shelves, crafting stations. There's more crafting stations than just the research table, by the way. There's like, there's grills, there's armor benches, there's gun benches. There's a whole load of stuff. I mean, just look. We can research fish nets. Glass walls, wall spikes, trap walls, fridges to keep our food nice and juicy, two-handed axes for improved melee, scrap metal spears for even better penetration, better armor, water bottles so you can transport like water with you when you go and explore places, and there's 4 levels of upgrade. Look, advanced parts, electronic parts, and iron ingots. There's loads of things here that this game is offering. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's something new for the channel, and it's something new for me to experience. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it there. This has been a good little start to Sunkenlands. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, as I said, leave a thumbs up on this video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Have you guys played this? Have you guys tried this game out? Tell me what you think of it in the comments below. And if you want to see more of this, tell me that as well. I'd love to hear it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that as well, if you've been enjoying my Scum series, which I'm so very known for, sort of, and the brand new introduction of Sunkenlands to the channel, and you've still not subscribed, please consider subscribing, ring the little bell, you stay up to date with videos just like this, as well as a Sunday night live stream where we go for about 3-4 hours playing a variety of different games, mainly Scum, and it's every Sunday night at 6 to 7 PM for 3 to 4 hours. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for checking out this video, and yeah, if you get this, I'll see you on the waves. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Mr. Feudal. I'll see you all another time.